Hello, Tom Udall here, Senator from New Mexico, a proud border state. I can tell you all that the President's rhetoric about our border isn't based in reality. There is no national security emergency at the border. We have the lowest number of undocumented immigrants living in our country in over a decade. The majority of drugs are arriving at our ports of entry, not between them. The number of apprehensions at the border has dropped dramatically, and the majority of those arriving at our border are seeking asylum. The facts on the ground do not justify the President's declaration. For border states like mine, this is a land grab, an attempt to seize away private land, trample on family ranches, divide communities, destroy fragile landscapes. But this is no longer a question of whether or not you support the President's wall. This is a question of whether you will defend our constitutional system. Thankfully, Congress has a historic opportunity to vote on a joint resolution to terminate this unlawful national emergency declaration. Earlier this week, the House passed this resolution with bipartisan support. Next, it is the Senate's turn to vote. I encourage members of both parties, Republicans and Democrats, to join us to stand up for the separation of powers. We cannot allow any president to take us down this dangerous path, cutting out the role of Congress. Because the fact is, Congress rejected President Trump's demand for $5.7 billion to fund a massive border wall. And it wasn't for lack of trying on the President's part. He shut down the government for 35 days to try and get this money, hurting families all across this country who are still recovering. I'm on the Appropriations Committee. We have the power of the purse. We decide how taxpayer money is spent. Now, the President wants to come in and raid money we've designated for the military to finance his wall. This is simply a matter of where the President and Congress have disagreed. And now the President is trying to overrule Congress by decree. At the end of this day, this isn't about party. It's about whether you want to open this Pandora's box and allow presidents to ransack critical funds at will. What precedent would this set? That's the question that every member of the Senate needs to ask themselves before this historic vote.